What is going? Oh, okay. Sorry. Jeez. All right, restart. What is going on, everybody? We hope you are having a wonderful victory Monday. Your Minnesota Vikings are somehow 7-2 after pulling off the 12-7 win in Jacksonville in what I think a lot of us can say might be one of the, I think I saw Gary mention in the comments, one of the ugliest football games that we have ever seen this team play. Well, not ever, but at least in recent memory. I thought it was really funny though, during Kevin O'Connell's press conference today, he was asked the question of, have you ever been a part of a football game where you didn't score a single offensive touchdown, you still won? And Kevin O'Connell reminded the guy, yes, Vegas last year. And thank you so much for bringing that one into my head. That may be the only game that was maybe uglier than this one. I mean, because that game we weren't moving the football much at all. This game we were moving the football down the field. Just obviously the mistakes that we'll talk about from our quarterback, which we'll get into, I'm sure, plenty throughout today here. But at the end of the day, this Minnesota Vikings team 7-2. Not a lot of us would have seen that coming. So you got to be happy about it. And the good thing is, as we kind of said earlier in the season, there's a lot to clean up. But it's better to have things to clean up when you're winning and you're 7-2 and should be tied for first place in the division. But the stupid Texans forgot how to play football last night in the second half. It is what it is. Which, by the way, Sam Darnold, you have not thrown the most interceptions in the NFC North this week, so you're okay.
This year, I mean, that's got to be the most this year from Jared Goff, which is crazy because I don't even know how many interceptions he had on the season. And I know, I mean, talk about someone who really shot themselves in the foot. How do you get 15 picks and win that game? I don't know. I don't know. That was annoying. That was annoying because that should have been an easy dub for them and for us to be tied with the Lions. Anyways, let me do some shout outs here. Gary, Casey already mentioned you, my guys. Sup studs, let's go. Sup Skol mate. Our dude Barber in the building. Sup Jamie and Casey. Skol to all of the chat. 7-2 was ugly, but it is what it is. Hey, it is still a W. We're gonna dive into it specifically. I mean, a W. I'm not gonna come out here and say a W is a W because it's not. A W isn't just, it's a W on the stat sheet, but I don't know. We'll dig into it.
As David Spade's character said in Grown Ups, they can't all be 10s, bro.
Yeah, that's for sure. Let me keep going here. Who am I missing? Roger's in the building. My dude, what's up, Roger? Hey, Skull Shred in the house. Let's go. It's Zoen in the building.
Ooh, new picture there. I like it.
Is that a logo? Hey, De Niro Jones. Yes, of course. Another show, another Ivan Pace Jr. rookie card giveaway. Hopefully I was hoping to get some JJ McCarthy rookie cards, but it does look like I should definitely have some by our Thursday show. So that's going to be some good news, all that good stuff. But back to this game. 7-2, a win. I mean, we're going to take a win no matter what. The thing is this was an ugly, I mean, it was ugly. What's going on, Young Smokey? Jesus Christ, the Vikings we are going to have me in the grave early. Dude, yeah, 100%. I mean, I felt like there's no way we lose this game, mostly because of the defense. So I wouldn't say it's the ugliest win that we've ever had, mostly because of the defense. The defense allowed that only one drive to the Jaguars the entire game. Otherwise, stifled them. Like one of the best defensive performances of the entire year, to be honest, probably was against, a rookie wide receiver and a backup quarterback in Mac Jones, and Tank was injured for a while there as well. So, I mean, we were supposed to do that on defense, but that's exactly what we did. And that is something, if there's something to take from this game, like the defense was a big W. We'll go more into that in a little bit here. But on the other side of the ball, I mean, you're in the red zone 5 times, can't score a touchdown. And Casey brought this one up to me yesterday, is we had more plays called in their zone or on their side of the field than they had the entire game, which is incredible. And not even just that, I believe it was the largest time differential of the entire season of any game. And we scored no touchdowns. So offensively, and as far as scoring touchdown goes, yes, you could say it was pretty brutal and one of the ugliest W's. But because of the defense, I think they save it a little bit. Let's go. What else do we got in here? But a win's a win. Hey, we got to take the wins when you can. We're 7-2 at the end of the day. I mean, that's a big deal. Russell in the building, my guy. Hey, Darren in the building, Skol Nation, my GG guys. We got FT Maddie.
Are we gonna start having some? Are we gonna start having some John Parker Romo predictions every week now? Is that gonna be something we have to do? We might have to. Look pretty good.
John Parker Romo. I know he's pretty good. Do you think we should be turning to JJ at this point if he wasn't injured? It would have been interesting to see because I mean we're gonna dive in specifically like what we thought should have happened in that game with Sam Darnold and Nick Mullins. If it was JJ McCarthy breathing on Sam Darnold's neck, I could say like 3 interceptions. You might do it in that game, but part of me still feels like they wouldn't have pulled the trigger just yet. I feel
not
like
at 7-2, not at 7-2. No,
and 7-2. I mean, who's pulled their quarterback when they're 7-2? Even though he had an ugly game. But even look at Goff. I mean, 5 interceptions. That would have. I mean, if anyone should have got benched yesterday, it should have been Goff. And I wish they would have fucking did it, so they wouldn't have fucking won that stupid ass game. But whatever, it's all good.
Yeah, but yeah, obviously we'll get into all this stuff. We'll get into all this stuff pretty in depth here once we kind of start.
Darren on that Rumble prediction now. Let's go.
I like it.
Hey, the Blackout Bundy. Let's go. Welcome in. Hey, still 7-2. Like Casey said earlier, nobody was expecting us to be here. I want to beat the shit out of a bad team. Really, really, really bad. It sucks that we haven't even seen anything like that happen since the second half of that Packers game. But you're still 7-2. I don't think anybody here had like super high expectations going into the season. Of course, when you start 5-0, expectations kind of changed quite a bit.
And I do think when we get into it, I do think that's part of the reason why it's just so I mean, we'll talk about the whole Sam Darnold factor in a bit here, but I think that's kind of the whole deal here is like Sam Darnold has that expectation now, and the fact that he's now playing like he was in his earlier on in his career, it's a whole thing. And I'm sure we'll be talking about plenty of Sam Darnold as the show goes on here. So
yeah. Definitely. Let's get into it. Actually, you know what? Again, everybody in here giving away the Ivan Pace Jr. Rookie card. Get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe. Young Smokey, by the way, you never hit us up for one of those hats, man. I got one waiting for you. So let us know if you're going to try to reach out for us for that. I'm worried about Showtime 33. Hopefully he's good, man. I was really good to see him come back into the game.
And he did mention that the only reason he took the cart is because he would have had to go all the way. He would have had to walk all the way around the field to get back to the locker room. So he said it's not, the cart isn't because he couldn't walk himself. It's just because that would have been a long walk, and he was experiencing some pain. So
yeah. One thing I want to go through some stats real quick, just to relook at everything and see how it goes. Sam Darnold, 24 for 38, 241 yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. We already know. Aaron Jones, 17 attempts, 88 yards. Obviously, like we were just talking about, him leaving the game and coming back. That was some good news here. Cam Akers, 13 for 38. Had a couple good runs, but nothing too crazy. Sam Darnold, if there was anything he was doing, it was using his legs pretty well. Sure. On the other side, TJ Hawkinson, 8 receptions, 72 yards. Oliver, for whatever reason, is just coming out party since Hawkinson's been back. 4 receptions, 52 yards. JJ, 5 for 48. Addison, 2 for 25. On defense was kind of nice. We had 3 sacks, 1 from Cashman, 1 from Ivan Pace Jr., 1 from Van Ginkel. Look at all these. What's that? 8 tackles for a loss, 2 interceptions, a fumble recovery. I know that was by Harrison Phillips. So defense played a hell of a game. Obviously, if we allow them 111 yards on passing and 50 yards running, about 160 yards in total offense our defense allowed, which is insane, even though their team sucks pretty bad on offense. Also, I do want to get into some PFF stuff real quick. I haven't really looked at that yet. I just want to kind of see how things are looking over there. Starting with some defense here, we got Byron Murphy Jr. proving a lot of people wrong, including myself. With an 89.1 defensive grade, 90.1 in coverage. You got Jalen Redmond, 77.9, Pat Jones, 77.5, Ivan Pace Jr., 72.6, Cam Bynum, 72.3. And then you kind of come from the bottom. You got Dallas Turner here, who ended up with only 11 snaps, down from last week.
But also, didn't really show 17 minutes on defense will do that.
Yeah, true. And we just didn't. And I mean, when he was out there, we didn't see a ton I'm surprised to see Andrew Van Ginkel here. Honestly, he had a couple tackles for loss and that sack. But Stephon Gilmore, I mean, I don't even know how they have bad grades. They allowed one drive, but it is what it is. On the other side of the ball here, we've got TJ Hawkinson, no surprise, 85.6. Brian O'Neill, 75. Josh Oliver, 74.7. Trent Sherfield, 72.8. Justin Jefferson, 67.6. At the bottom, you got Jalen Naylor here with 49.5. Cam Akers, 51.5. CJ Ham, 52.7. Ty Chandler, I felt like the couple times he was in there, it wasn't too bad. 54.3. And then Brandon Powell, 55.5. All that good stuff here. We can keep going in a second here. We got Vocal Vike in the building, my dude. GG's. Hey, man, we got to catch up soon. I'll probably text you here in the next couple of days because we got to get some shit figured out. Bob Swede in the building. Let's go. Who else I'm missing that popped in here? I think that is it for now. Let's get into our winners and losers of this game. Obviously, I think when we win games, we start with the duds, even if it felt like we should have lost at some point. Yeah, dude, 100%. If even though it felt like we lost sometimes, or we could have lost, whatever. But for the first dud, we might as well just get this one out of the way, and that is, probably should take down all this stuff first. And we do this every single week, pretty much. Sam Darnold, first dud. Obviously, we talked about it. 3 interceptions. On top of that, just to make things a little bit more difficult against literally the worst secondary in the NFL, who had 2 interceptions in the first 9 weeks just to get 3 in that one game against Sam Darnold. I think it was pretty obvious. I mean, he's still, even the pass that went off of like JJ's face mask or whatever, like he forced that one. All 3 throws forced to JJ. A lot of them were not just not good throws, but forcing them. And in that Jordan Addison one was just, I mean, you're throwing it right towards the defender. I mean, Jordan Addison probably makes a play on that ball if it's to the left side of him and a little throw. The whole game, Sam Darnold just underthrows. Casey, what is your whole thoughts on Sam Darnold in this game?
Yeah, and his ball placement. The first 2 were just the classic what we've seen the last couple
Happy
weeks.
Veterans Day, by the way. Yeah, everybody
absolutely.
in here, including our guy Gary for sure. Happy Veterans Day. I keep forgetting. Facts. We do love you, bro.
But yeah, when it comes to Darnold, like it's just yes, the 2 of the interceptions were forced. The third one to Justin Jefferson was literally just a ball placement issue. Like I think it was talked about last night, as well as I think I saw it on Twitter a couple times. Like that's either got to be front pylon or back pylon. I don't like back pylon. One of those throws where you put the ball where only your receiver can get it, and he threw it in the one spot he absolutely could not. That's one where you throw it high, throw it towards back pylon. You let Justin Jefferson go make a play because that's what he does best, and he just didn't do that this game. And I saw a lot of people blaming play calling and O'Connell this game. I mean, I don't understand that. Like, yes, there was a couple head scratching plays in general, mainly some of those plays at the end there when we were trying to just, on that last drive, but like it was especially like the reverse trick play thing, which I didn't like very much. But I mean, this team has put up 400 yards worth of offense each of the last 2 games. That's over 800 yards. And we get into, and we'll talk about some more in a bit here, but it's just Darnold's inability to A, find the open receiver, B, take his eyes off Justin Jefferson, and C, just put the ball in a spot where only your receivers can get it. It's all just formulating into the reason why we're not putting up touchdowns. And this was like, in games past where Darnold has struggled, he's followed it up with some nice plays. Like, yes, he had a couple nice runs. Yes, he did have a couple nice throws to move the chains. But overall, like he didn't have that drive where you're just like, oh yeah, Sam Darnold, like he bounced back. Like I didn't see that type of drive in this game. It just seemed like they were all shaky. You were waiting for the next mistake. And it is really strange when it comes to quarterbacks and interceptions. We saw it with Goff last night too. It's almost like when you're in a day where you're in a funk and you're throwing interceptions, the ball just seems magnetized, doesn't it? Like that one to Jordan Addison, the fact that one would have been intercepted if it wasn't for a penalty away from the play.
Yeah, it could have been 4.
Like it's insane just how the ball just seems magnetized to those defenders. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. And we're seeing a lot of the things that people point out with Darnold the last couple of weeks. And even some of those things we saw in the first few weeks where he's just slow to go through his progressions, holds on to the ball for too long, like he's like it almost feels like the more time that he had, he made the most mistakes. And Ben Lieber made a good point on the Fan this morning, listening to the Power Trip Morning Show, how basically it's just like it's almost like the Jaguars and probably what we're going to see with a lot of like the rest of the teams we play. It's almost like you drop into zone, you let them nickel and dime you down the field, and when you get into the red zone, you just drop back into zone, and he'll eventually, if you give him enough time, he'll eventually force it, and you can be able to get a turnover. So it's almost like they're just letting him dink and dunk to the red zone, and then they're daring him to make a throw to Justin Jefferson or someone else. So until he adjusts and throws other receivers or makes some better decisions, this is how defenses are going to play him. And I don't know. It's up to, I mean, yes, it's up to him for sure, but it is also up to Kevin O'Connell to, get this kind of straightened out. So yeah, I mean, this is easily the worst play or the worst game we've seen from Sam Darnold. Yeah, and we'll get into more about some other things later on here, but yeah, it was a real struggle to watch.
Kenny Ray, welcome in.
We're lucky the defense played as well as they did, and we're lucky that Mac Jones was playing and not Trevor Lawrence. I mean, yeah, if Trevor Lawrence is playing, it's probably.
I mean, hopefully our defense still should have.
Yeah, but
been pretty good. But
would we? Lawrence, though, it's going to be a different ball game.
They might score. All they needed was a touchdown. More touchdown. Yeah, but anyway, this is hilarious.
Yeah,
I feel like Hawk Tua girl is a scam. She don't give head like that. She talks a big game though. Yeah, I don't know. Something happened in these last couple of weeks that's throwing off Sam Darnold's game. And if Hawk Tua, even though obviously there's no way that's true, but yeah. Anyways, just I guess I don't know. That's the thing about Sam Darnold, though, is like, we've talked about it before, and up until this last game, which was by far his worst game as a Viking, it is Sam Darnold. It's Sam Darnold. I'm not saying and he's impressed me up to this point, up until that specific game. Overall, still 17 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. Your team is still 7-2. I still 100% believe he's worth more than $10 million. But yeah, hype. I do believe that he's worth more than $10 million. He's easily worth more than $10 million. And I do also believe he's probably the best option the Vikings have on their roster right now, outside of AJ McCarthy, who just can't play. Right. So it's like, what's your expectation? It's like, I'm not expecting, of course he's going to have a game where he throws 3 inners. Like, if you went into the league, into the season, and you thought, like, someone asked you, like, do you think there's going to be a game where Sam Darnold throws 3 interceptions? I bet you most people go the over on that. Of course, you're going to think he's going to have at least one game like that. Yeah. Hopefully this is the last one.
But. Right. And again, it's all about, it's all about like how he started, and that's why the criticisms are so tough, right? Like, had he started with a game like this, or had a game like this within the first 2, maybe the Texans game, maybe the 49ers game, you'd be thinking like, oh, it's Sam Darnold, we expected this. But the fact that he started off so hot, like I said, there's that there's that expectation for him now that he can play good football. And that's the thing that we all got to remember. Like, we've seen him play good football. He just needs to get back to it. And but again, and yes, he's making some dumb throws. He's sitting there in the pocket, and he's being like maybe overly aggressive, but we would all have overly aggressive then. I don't know, a quarterback when the clock's expiring in the fourth quarter, you're at the 45-yard line, you got to just chuck it up for a Hail Mary. It's 4th and 4. You throw it 2 yards and you're running back to tackle just for the stats.
Damn, who did that?
I would much rather see a guy just be aggressive and take some shots all over the field than do something like that against the Saints, the Saints aren't very good.
No. And I'm with you at
not naming names, just ideas, just things that I've seen in the past.
Kirk Cousins.
Sorry to interrupt you. And this is another thing here for sure. You could tell that Kevin O'Connell, by the time those last couple drives, like he was being aggressive, and he was being aggressive all game, and he will continue to be aggressive with Sam Darnold. But you can tell this was one of those games where when it came down to those last couple drives, he reverted to some of his play calling we saw last year, because he just did not trust Sam Darnold. He did not want Sam Darnold to get them out of scoring range. We saw a lot of runs there in the last couple drives when they got into the deep red zone. You could definitely tell it was a game where he was just done. Like, he still trusts Sam Darnold, but I'm just going to run the football, kick a field goal, and our defense has been playing phenomenal. This offense can't move the ball against us. We'll just trust them. It was definitely one of those games. You're right, Maddie. You're 100% right. He was definitely frustrated with Darnold by the end of that game. Sorry,
which is fair to say. I'm gonna go to 2 evils right here, because why haven't we won the Super Bowl yet, Jamie? because
Super Bowl's in
John
February.
James McCarthy hasn't started a game for the Vikings yet. As soon as that happens, hey, it all starts. It all really starts. I did put the poll up here? Should Darnold get benched? Yes or no? 75% say no, and 25% said yes. Yeah, we're gonna dig into that a little bit later here, but I wasn't happy they overturned that forced fumble touchdown. I wasn't happy about that interception. The
Yeah.
the that was the
Yeah.
second interception, right?
Yep.
Like, how can you? How's there like it looked like he used the ground to? I don't know. I don't get it. We're like the only team that they review something that obviously shouldn't be overturned or that should be overturned and still not get it overturned.
Right. I mean, this game this game easily could have been a 30-7 drubbing of this bad team. And yeah, Sam Darnold, and another reason as to why that didn't happen.
Facts. But let's keep going here. Again, everybody, Ivan Pace Jr. rookie card giveaway. Hoping to have some JJ McCarthy on Thursday. But get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe if you have not already. Appreciate it big time.
By the way, I was giving an easy segue there, and you just totally ignored me.
What'd you say?
I said Sam Darnold, but it's not just Sam Darnold, and another reason why.
Oh, I keep forgetting that you look at all of them first, so I didn't know you even knew it there. So yeah. And another one, red zone offense in general. Obviously, we're there 5 times, and 3 of them were interceptions. So a lot of that is on Sam Darnold, and maybe most of it is on Sam Darnold, because we know there's a lot of weeks where Jordan Addison had like 1 or 2 catches, and he was like one of the most open wide receivers. Unfortunately, when you watch the games, you don't see the whole field view. So like a lot of times, I'm like, I don't know who was open. You have to watch a replay if you saw another player open. So I can never tell like who was actually open for Sam Darnold. But at some point, it's got to be more than just Sam Darnold in this game. I just feel like, how do you get into their side of the field? How do you get into their red zone that many times and not score a touchdown? I just don't think that's all on Sam Darnold there, but that's something we've been pretty good with throughout this season so far. But I would have to say that was obviously a huge dud of this game was just our red zone defense.
But I don't know if you can necessarily like blame it on O'Connell, because this team is top 10 in red zone offense this season so far. So like,
yeah, this game specifically,
right?
But maybe it is just straight up Sam Darnold. But Sam Darnold's also been pretty good for most of the season, and that he's the one scoring touchdowns in the red zone. Yeah. You know?
But 5 red zone trips, 2 ended interceptions, and 1 near the end of the game where you just kind of, I mean, again, in that one, you could probably call him play calling, because I think we were down into the red zone. We tried that weird reverse thing, and then there was a penalty after the big Addison catch. So there were definitely some, like there's probably about 3 or 4 plays at this game where I was just like, I don't love the play call there, but I guess it kind of is what it is. But yeah, it's tough to blame this on the offense when we've, again, 400 yards throughout the game, which is insane. And then, getting down into the red zone that many times and having too many turnovers is just exactly. I mean, I thought play calling was good, poor execution. Yes, you could say there's a handful of plays with Kevin O'Connell that that you're like, God, I wouldn't have done that. But again, he's the coach. He's making these decisions. It is what it is. But you're right. But I mean, at the end of the day, the way you need to look at it is you can't get down that deep that many times and not score. 2 interceptions and, just some other, plays that just didn't quite work out. Yeah, I mean, Darren said it best. I mean, you can't have 400 yards, 47 minutes of time on the field, or 43 minutes of time on the field and not score a single offensive touchdown. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. That's why lucky the defense showed up to play. But yeah, I mean, but if you're asking me, I think this is a game that does, to me, all come down to the play of Sam Darnold. I thought play calling was good most of the game, and yeah, it's Darnold just not playing like, I don't know if he's, I get JJ told him, like, when I'm covered, I'm open, so just give me a shot, but you don't need to do that every time. And I think, and I'm Purple for the Win made a point today that he thinks maybe it's O'Connell needs to maybe switch up the designs a little bit to where if Jefferson is actually the first option, maybe have a play where he's not, maybe have him be a decoy, like you always say, design a play for Addison or something for Hawkinson. Maybe you need to do a little bit more of that where JJ isn't the initial read, because defenses know that's who Darnold's looking for all the time. So maybe there does need to be a little change up there. But one thing I do need to say though, now that TJ Hawkinson's back, we're definitely seeing more of that middle of the field play calling coming back, where we just didn't have enough of that without Hawkinson there. We're finally seeing Kevin O'Connell get back to some of that, where Hawkinson's going to be your safety blanket over the middle of the field. And Hawkinson had a huge day yesterday. So overall, I thought the play calling was really, really good. Again, few plays you'd maybe like him to call something different, but again, it is what it is. Armchair quarterback, armchair coach. You can kind of you say whatever you want to say there, but yeah, it all just comes down to Sam Darnold just executing better. And yeah, he didn't forcing the ball. Yeah, exactly. He's forcing the ball to JJ. Just look for other people. Just play free like you did the first few weeks. That's all you got to do. We've seen Sam Darnold play good football. He just has to start doing it.
Yeah, I will just double down and say obviously, you need to be smart with the football. You can't just, if you're going to win games and not have turnovers, you can't be the quarterback that's just throwing the ball up or whatever and just hoping people come down with it. Though I do still like that Sam Darnold isn't playing scared, because that's something that Kirk Cousins would do. Unless it really mattered, is he'd play scared for a lot of the game, which is just annoying. I feel like you can't play like that in playoffs, and you can't win with a quarterback that's afraid. So that's the one thing with Sam Darnold for sure, is we know he isn't afraid to just throw it up and try to give it. I mean, you can't blame him completely for trying to give it to the best wide receiver in the NFL, but good quarterbacks find guys that are open and I don't know. They trust Justin Jefferson in the right moments or whatever. Justin Jefferson does need to see the ball, and unfortunately, I mean, he didn't really see the ball much in the second half at all. So I don't know. But anyways, let's keep on rolling here. For the 10th consecutive week in a row, 9th consecutive week in a row, whatever. Is it 10? Yeah, it would be 10. No, 9 because of whatever. Anyways, did not pop up. Interior offensive line. Again, there was a couple moments where they did kind of hold all right. On a couple of those interceptions, actually, Sam Darnold did have times. There's just times with Sam Darnold too where he does have time. You can't tell me not one person is open with our pass catchers we have on this team. But otherwise, I don't know. I just saw a lot of plays where pressure was right in Sam Darnold's face. Again and again and again and again. It wasn't as big of a deal probably in some other weeks, but it still seemed pretty bad to me anyways. What is your thoughts on the interior offensive line again?
Yeah, I mean, better than usual. Like you said, Darnold did have a lot of time. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna continue to be an issue. I mean, this isn't one of the best defenses you played, especially up the middle. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it kind of is what it is. It really doesn't seem like we're going to make the switch to Dalton Reisner. It definitely feels like it's going to just be the Bradbury and Ingram show for the rest of the year, which is,
does feel that way.
Kind of is what it is. Yeah, you'd love to see them get better, but they kind of just are who they are at this point. And I guess we've done a good enough job of not letting it affect the offense that much. But when you get to, I mean, this next week's going to be tough. I mean, you got Jeffrey Simmons. That's going to be a matchup, and you know exactly where he's going to be lining up every time. So
and there was I said this yesterday too, but hey, what's up, Eric? But yesterday on the sack that Sam Darnold took right towards the end of the game when it pushed us out of field goal range, they went right through Ed Ingram with that, and Ed Ingram was blocking ghosts. There's just no one there, and he was sitting there and
blocking the ghost.
There's so many times if you just watch, he's found Sam Darnold's ghost and trying to block him. And that's one thing when you watch it, when you just watch Ed, there's so many times where I'm just paying attention to Ed Ingram, and I swear he's just standing there like this with the player he was supposed to be blocking behind him. I don't know. I've seen it so many times. Something needs to happen with that eventually.
Yeah,
I mean, he'll have some.
Yeah, and I think he had a pull on a run play yesterday where he just didn't get there in time, and that it led to a.
Sure, this will be the easiest pull ever, but hey, we'll see what happens. Let's keep on going to some winners here.
Positive, huh?
Some positives, starting with the man, the myth, the legend, John Parker Romo, the 27-year-old rookie kicker, coming in, going 3 for 3. 0 extra points because we didn't have any touchdowns. But for him to come in and you can him and the new long snapper, and even give some credit to Ryan Wright for holding the ball. But that whole combination of those three, John Parker Romo just coming in, obviously, he was here during the offseason, so we did know a little bit about him. Ryan Wright has held the ball for him, as far as I know. And then, but still, a new long snapper as well come in, getting 3 for 3. No, 4 for 4.
4 for 4, yep.
4 for 4. 4 for 4, having every single point on this team and winning us this game, and making us Viking fans feel a little bit better knowing that we have Will Reichard gone for at least 3 more games after this. So, what's your thoughts on John Parker Romo?
I mean, what more can you say? Guy got here on Wednesday, new long snapper. I mean, obviously he worked with Ryan Wright early on in the season and everything.
My bad.
But yeah, I mean, it's what are we nicknaming Romo? Ooh, that's a good one. We got it.
John Parker Romo.
That's a good one. It's a good one to think about. Yeah, we'll come back to that. We'll think about it for the week here. But yeah, I mean, what more is there to say? It just, again, we trusted, like, Vikings fans and kickers. It's very hard for Vikings fans to trust kickers. We finally found one that we trusted in Will Reichard, and then we had to learn how to love and trust again with John Parker Romo. And so far, Rocket Leg Romo.
He's soul patch god.
Soul patch. Yeah,
it's got to be something with the soul patch.
Okay. We have to wait until he gets 1 for 50 to start calling him anything Rocket Leg.
Any rocket? No, you got to do something with his soul patch. His soul patch is legendary, dude. You kidding me? When he has his helmet on, dude, you got to go with the soul patch somewhere. Rockin' Romo.
JPR. JPR is good. I do like that. I do like the initial. JPR. Yeah.
Yeah, JPR. I mean, that's pretty simple. That's a pretty simple JPR.
We'll come up with some names. We'll put it out on the.
Yeah, someone else keep. People keep up with names.
Put it on the community tab. We'll vote
on the community tab. Soul Patch Parker. Ooh. I like that. Soul Patch Parker.
Ooh. Okay.
All right, we got some good ones in here. I need to remember. Someone write these down for me.
Because he actually doesn't like. Yeah, he said he wants, like, people call him Parker Romo.
Romo equals 96 answers.
Ooh. I saw that. Purple for the Win said that too. That's a good one. It's a good one as well.
I like that.
There's 96 answers. We'll think about that. There's some good ideas here. We'll keep track.
Yeah, dude.
We'll community tab post that. We'll be the ones right here. Everybody will know we're the ones with the nickname for John Parker Romo. We'll have to make sure to get that out there.
Soul patch that looks like a landing strip. Norris, what up, Norris? That's crazy, Norris.
PG Norris. I'm just kidding. Doesn't matter. Jamie started off with an F bomb.
Hey, how are you talking about the boy like that? That's John. That's Soul Patch Parker, bro. Doing great. 7-2, feeling good here in New Mexico.
Gotta be, man. Absolutely gotta be.
7-2, bad loss.
Parker Romo, all the points. I said Sam Darnold was playing like shit, just so John Parker Romo had to carry this team.
Automatic.
Get his confidence up. But obviously, needed all 4 of those field goals, winning by 5 points. John Parker Romo, man. I trust him. I fully, and that's the thing. At least he can hit from 45, and that's fine. Like, we don't need to be kicking 50-yarders with him. Just that's your goal now as an offense when you're driving down in hopes for a field goal. Just at least get him into range where he can kick from 45 yards, because he hit that one true and hit it pretty. There's one that barely snuck in there, but yeah, it is what it is, man. No, like, we do need to see him kick an extra point, because that has also been sometimes concerning. So we got to score a touchdown so the dude can show us he can nail extra points too. That's the only thing that's missing so far. So we'll see.
Actually, no. So we were there's one thing that isn't like completely true about Sam Darnold forcing balls to Justin Jefferson in the last game, because another guy that he was forcing balls to, but was actually catching a lot of them, was this guy here, TJ Hawkinson. 8 receptions. What did we say? 78 yards? 88 yards? 78 yards, 88 yards?
72 yards.
72 yards. The automatic launcher Parker. The big boom Parker. Yeah, we're getting it. Anyways, TJ Hawkinson came in, did exactly what you need him to do. These like little short passes right across the first down. Exactly what we were dip, duck, dive. Exactly what we were hoping to see out of TJ Hawkinson. And Sam Darnold is using him, which is really important. I'm glad to see that. Maybe, I don't know. I still think you still need to use a little bit more Addison some way, somehow. But it is nice to know that Sam Darnold does feel like confident in, which you should be. It's TJ Hawkinson in him. But what's your thoughts on TJ Hawkinson?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think he's bringing back some of those middle of the field passes now. I think again the tight end, and I mean honestly, when you're talking about TJ Hawkinson, you got to talk about Josh Oliver here as well. I mean, 4 catches, 52 yards. I remember when we signed him, everyone said yes, he's a blocking tight end, but he's underrated as a receiver, and we're finally starting to see some of that. So good on Josh Oliver. But yeah, talking about TJ Hawkinson, I think, and this will be a big thing if Darnold can just continue to, if Darnold can develop here and just instead of honing in on JJ, if he can continue to scan the field, I think you're going to see Hawkinson in space in the middle of the field that you can throw a lot of balls to, and he can kind of be that big security blanket type receiver that Darnold needs when the other receivers aren't open. I mean, yesterday they were bracketing JJ, so obviously it was. I mean, out of Darnold's 24 completions, half of them went to the tight end. 12 of them went to the tight end. So obviously it was they were getting open, and it was part of the game plan to feed your tight ends, knowing what teams were going to do to Justin Jefferson. And if Darnold can continue to distribute the ball evenly, you're going to get some one-on-ones with JJ. So it's nice. I mean, again, and I get there needs to be that chemistry built between Darnold and TJ Hawkinson. I do think eventually we will see that happen, as we're starting to see now. Working Addison a little bit there. This offense is way too talented to not be scoring any touchdowns. So I mean,
facts.
And getting Hawkinson back is huge. Again, getting him and Darnold on the same page is huge. And it's only going to pay dividends for this offense if we can continue just to share the ball. And yes, I think looking Hawkinson's way in the red zone is going to be huge. And it's something that does need to happen. I mean, he's such a huge target. He's going to be that guy right over the, middle of the end zone. You'll be able to find him. He's a reliable pass catcher. So gotta get him involved. Absolutely. And it's nice to see him coming back. I didn't like that one hit was a little bit low. Didn't love to see that.
I know that was scary.
He bounced up right after it though, and he kept playing. So
I know.
I think he's 100% healthy. I love the confidence he has in the knee, and it's great to see.
Yep, facts. 100%. How about Soul Patch Sniper? Hey, what's up, Lauren? Soul Patch Sniper. I kind of like that one.
Ooh, okay.
Soul Patch Sniper. Soul Patch Sniper.
Who had that one?
I went on GPT and had them.
Oh, okay. Well, I still like it.
Hey, it's all right. We can steal stuff. That's what AI is here for.
Soul Patch Sniper. That's
Soul Patch Sniper.
I like that a lot. Actually.
Soul Patch Sniper. We coined it first, everybody. Remember that. Anyways, keep on going here for the I'm gonna say the biggest, but obviously the most obvious one here, and you couldn't even pick one single player of this. The defense, massive win after having those 2 bad games against the Lions and the Rams. They've bounced back in 2 weeks against not very good teams, but they have absolutely dominated, especially this game. Only 1 drive did they even let them move the ball. I don't even know how many first downs that they had. I never even looked at that, but I'm assuming it's probably less than 5.
They had, let's see here. Passing first downs and rushing first downs. They had 10 total first downs to our 28. So, yeah.
How many?
10 total first downs.
Total first downs. Okay.
Yeah.
So defense stepped up. Big plays. Byron Murphy Jr. Obviously, this guy right here, Cam Bynum, and then you had the fumble recovery by Harrison Phillips. 3 turnovers, massive in this game. Somehow couldn't take advantage of them, really, but
yeah. I mean, every level of the defense did something, right? I mean, edge rushers. You had Van Ginkel with the huge sack. You had Grenard. Didn't have any pressures this game, but his presence was definitely felt. Harrison Phillips up the middle with the fumble. Linebacker wise, Ivan Pace and Blake Cashman each had sacks. Your linebackers performed. Cornerback wise, Gilly had a touchdown on Bigsby a tackle on Bigsby that saved a touchdown. Byron Murphy had the interception. Shaq Griffin played well. And then safety wise, you had Cam Bynum with the interception. So every level of the defense contributed. There was contributions everywhere. So yeah, this was a stellar game by the defense. And like you said, against a not very good team with a backup quarterback in Mac Jones, who has been a former first round pick. But this is how you should play against these bad teams, and they exceeded that. I remember after they scored the first time, like, our defense ain't looking too great, and you said the only points they're going to score all day. Sure enough, you were right.
Well, I mean, they're terrible, and I feel confident in our defense. I know we've had those 2 bad games. That does scare me as far as like playoffs and stuff go. But overall, I think we have really good defense, and we played against really good offenses when that happened. But I knew, like, against a bad defense, even this week against Tennessee, I'm not worried. I think we're gonna do some predictions in a little bit, or talk about that game a little bit more. But I'm not afraid at all, just because I just know there's no way they do anything against our defense. We just need to score some points on offense.
And their defense it's going to be a much bigger test than what we've seen these last 2 weeks. I mean, they have some.
Yeah, well, especially with, but not the most difficult though in general.
Jeffrey Simmons, Sebastian Joseph Day, who was a name that was like talking about the trade deadline. T'Vondre Sweat up the middle. I forgot about that at nose tackle. That's a chat. This is going to be a challenge for that interior of the offensive line.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And then
that part's going to be tough. That part's going to be tough.
At safety or at corner. This defense has some names, man. It's going to be a battle. That's for sure. I mean, it's going to be a much more difficult against what we saw in Jacksonville. So Darnold's going to have to be on it, man.
And the pressure and the interior offensive line. I would still take. I mean, I'm still worried about Dexter Lawrence more than both those guys, probably.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, the reality is that was week 1, and those bad games were more recently. So you just never know what could happen in there. I'm going to put up a poll real quick. What was all our picks? Oh yeah.
KFC needs some quick pass plays. Yeah, he does. And I think that is something too that does need to be incorporated. And again, maybe those are there and Darnold just is deciding to hold on to the ball and try to go to Jefferson, but I think O'Connell had mentioned he did call some like out routes that just didn't come to fruition. So I don't know. It's I mean, obviously not, getting to watch all the tape and everything. You don't know where the blame share goes, but just from what we see and what I know, because the fact this offense did put up 400 yards, I do think it's more on Darnold than it is on the play calling and everything. But
yeah. Again, everybody, giving away the Ivan Pace Jr. rookie card. Got to be here to win. So get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe. All that good stuff here. We're going to keep on moving. Actually, this brings up something. So last Thursday, me and Casey had a bet that we did our little draft thing. I'll show you the results right here. So we did our underdog draft against each other. Loser has to chug a beer. And the results are in. I am Gilly Gambles, by the way. 109.38 to Casey's 71. Obviously, I won. I got lucky with Jalen Hurts, who went absolutely crazy. Justin Jefferson didn't do a lot for me in that game. Yeah, ooh, I don't know. I just won. That's all it is. So that means Casey's got to chug the beer.
And my beer chugging skills are pretty much just as good as Aaron Rodgers. So we'll see how this goes.
Let's go.
I guess yeah. I mean, I'm going to try to do this as quick as I can. The other thing that we usually try to do pretty quick is, of course, get through the Skol gauntlet. So we might as well just bring that up. There we go. Bring this up here. There we go. Do you want to give me 30 seconds or are we going longer than that?
Do you want to do 30 seconds? We'll give you 30 seconds.
Or I could just drink it and you could talk to the fine people of fine people in the chat while I finish.
And it's going Chug 6. I saw her name. That was cool. Panda or cool Casey. Panda are cool. His last name's Granda. Yeah, that's a play on his last name. Granda Panda. Oh. My boy is getting it right now, man. Let's go.
I could stop and talk for a bit and still finish it.
Oh, shit. Hey. He's like, yo, I gotta go pick that up.
Yeah. All right. We're ready.
All right. Skol Gauntlet. Here's, if anyone's not seen this before, we each get 30 seconds to give our opinions on each one of these topics, starting with game ball, going into the biggest loser, Byron Murphy, Sam Darnold, bench ? Contenders ? And early week 10 predictions. Let me know when you're ready, Casey.
I got another one here so I can actually like enjoy it, which I probably shouldn't be drinking 2 beers on a Monday night. But hey, I'm on vacation starting Thursday afternoon, so
Oh, dang.
early start to the week.
Now. Starting now, why not?
All right, let's go.
All right. 3, 2, 1, boom.
I mean, my game ball, of course, goes to the soul patch sniper, John Parker Romo. I mean, again, Minnesota Vikings and kickers are not a great or Minnesota Vikings fans, Minnesota Vikings and kickers, not a great combination. As I said, we put all of our trust into Will Reichert. It's like falling in love, right? And then she breaks your heart and you got to learn how to trust again. It happened very quickly. The first girl you met, you fell in love with her. And that was what John Parker Romo is. Now again, you still remember that Will Reichert, when he's healthy, will be the kicker, but the game ball's got to go to the only guy that scored points for our team yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, for him to come in and just that whole, and we already talked about it, just the whole entire, the new long snapper, Ryan Wright, playing with both these guys for the first time this season, and for them to do that is huge. But I got to go with the defense who held I mean, it is a bad Jaguars offense, but to 160 yards in total offense. I mean, what can you say? In 3 turnovers, the defense stepped up, and hopefully they keep stepping up.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, those are our game balls, John Parker Romo and the defense. Kevin O'Connell actually gave it a game ball to every member of the defense as well as John Parker Romo. Yesterday, we're kind of falling in line with coach there. So that's pretty good.
But yeah, all right, let's keep on rolling here. 3, 2, 1. Biggest loser. All right. I think we all know it's got to be Sam Darnold. I mean, 3 interceptions. Again, a lot of the stuff that we've seen with Darnold when he's been questionable this year so far is the stuff we saw yesterday. Holding the ball too long when he had time in the pocket, trying to force feed his guy, Justin Jefferson. You got it. Not scanning the field, not going through his progressions. Not a good look for Darnold, but we've seen this before. He struggled in camp at times and he bounced back. He's got to bounce back big, but he is the biggest loser for this game. Yeah. And I just got to double down on that. Everybody knows it. 3 interceptions. The Jacksonville's Jaguars defense had 2 interceptions the entire year, and Sam Darnold threw 3 to them. So that's obviously a huge L right there. And, we have seen Sam Darnold bounce back in pretty much every game and put us in positions to win. In this game, I guess you could say he kind of did a similar thing, but having no touchdowns on the board with 3 interceptions, that's an L. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Next, we've got Byron Murphy Jr. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, Byron Murphy's been coming around, man. Again, so many times this year, Byron Murphy's been the one. Like, we haven't thought our cornerback room is finalized yet. I mean, Gilmore, vet, older. Shaq Griffin, he's getting up there in age as well. Byron Murphy was one of our big signings last offseason. Struggled last year. Had struggled at times this year, but the dude's been coming around. 3 straight games with an interception, 4 interceptions overall. You got to give the guy his flowers, man. We need a corner to step up, and Byron Murphy is doing just that.
Yeah. And we've had, during our live streams that are every single Monday and every single Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, or 6 p.m. Central, we do a start and sit thing, and we always had Byron Murphy on the sit, and he's starting to prove us all wrong. I mean, we have seen times where he has gotten beaten quite often, but if you can turn the ball over, like, nothing's more important than that. And like you said, 3 times in 3 games at big moments.
For sure. All right. Ooh, this one's fun.
Sam Darnold bench. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Should Sam Darnold be benched? No. I mean, if I saw it a lot yesterday on Twitter that, he needs to be benched. He's hurting himself out there. You got to pull him out of the game. No. Like, we all remember what Nick Mullins is. I love Nick Mullins as a backup. If he has to spot start a game or so because of injury, that's fine. Benching Sam Darnold will do nothing for this team. Nick Mullins is not the answer. Darnold has shown some good football. I love that Kevin O'Connell is letting him work through it and be aggressive. Darnold's going to be just fine, I hope, but benching him for Nick Mullins is not the answer.
100% agree. You can't. Sam Darnold is a far better quarterback, in my opinion, than Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins went 7 touchdowns to 8 interceptions in like his 4.5 games or whatever it was last season. I thought even in that game with 3 interceptions, you don't bring Nick Mullins in. I'm not confident Nick Mullins comes in and plays any better than Sam Darnold did in that game. Maybe at that one moment, but I don't think you just bench a player who's helped bring your team to 7-2 and has 17 touchdowns to 10 interceptions.
For sure. Yep. All right. Next.
Contenders. How are we feeling about the Vikings right now? What is the vibes of the Minnesota Vikings? 3, 2, 1.
Now, it depends on what you're talking about. Actually, it kind of doesn't. Playoff contenders? Absolutely. Division/Super Bowl contenders? No, not until defensively, yes. Special teams wise, actually, yes, except for the return game. The return game on both on kick and punt, kind of awful. We're not doing much there. But until this offense can show me that they're going to be what they were the first 3.5 weeks of the season, you can't call a team a Super Bowl contender. Yes, we're moving the football, but we're just not scoring points. Darnold's turned the ball over too much. You're not contenders till your offense picks it up.
Yeah, you have to score touchdowns. You have to stop touchdowns. And we haven't been able to put both of those together since the second half of the Green Bay Packers game. And even I felt really confident about the defense pretty much this entire season. But you just know, like, Brian Flores was figured out by 2 teams so far. There's a good chance that we could play those teams in playoffs, at least one of them for sure. And it's hard to believe that you're a Super Bowl contender. But are we going to make playoffs? Yes. Are we going to win a game? That's what I'm hoping for at this point.
I like it. All right.
All right. On our last one, some early week 10 predictions. 3, 2, 1. Boom.
Now, I started off the season predicting every game to be close. I'm going to have to get back to that with this one. I mean, look, on the road in Nashville, which, by the way, I will be there. My mom stays healthy. Don't get the bug, Mom. We're going to be good. But I will hopefully be in Nashville watching that game. It's going to be a tough test. I mean, their offense, Will Levis is whatever. They have some decent receivers. Pollard at running back is fine. That defense is going to be a tough test. I have a feeling it's going to be a tightly contested matchup, but I do think the Vikings will come away with a win. But yeah, it's going to be a tough one, I think.
I do think this is a game that it's easy to say we should beat the Colts bad. We should beat the Jaguars bad. We haven't. I'm going to be a little optimistic here. I'm going to hope we beat a Tennessee team that we absolutely should beat pretty bad. I think our defense stifles them again. And I just have a hard time believing 2 weeks in a row we're going to score 0 touchdowns. We just need to come in hot early and later on. The only thing I'm afraid of on that team is their defensive interior. With Jeffrey Simmons and the big boy in Devondre Sweat. If we can hold them at bay, I think there's no question that we should win this by a lot. But it's easy to say we should win this by a lot when the Jaguars, it probably doesn't get any easier than that. As far as early predictions I don't know if I'm going to stick with this all week long, but I'm going to say the Vikings win 27-13. I'm going to say 27-13.
I'm going 24-17. I think we win by a touchdown. I think Darnold plays a cleanish game. I do think he turns the ball over at least once. But I think it all comes down to a Vikings defensive stand and the game. I think a guy who I actually liked in the draft process, Mayo boy Will Levis, I think he throws up a duck. And I think Cam Bynum seals the game with another interception. And I think we come away.
Cam Bynum.
I think I'm sitting going out downtown Nashville after that game, wearing my Justin Jefferson jersey, having a good time, chirping at some Titans fans. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of Minnesota fans down there too. It's gonna be a fun time. I think be a fun weekend.
Well, that's what it definitely seemed like. It was mostly Viking fans at the last game. Like, we do travel well.
Crazy. Oh, for sure. Especially to nice places when it's, getting to be a little cold time in Minnesota. Like, Minnesotans want to get out of Minnesota when it's this time of year. So, yeah.
It makes sense. Just anything else. Obviously, Thursday, Casey might not be making it for the Thursday show. So it might just be me and everybody in here that I expect each one of you guys to show up. Just because I don't want to be left hanging. So I don't, mumble around and all that good stuff. No, it'll be good either way. I don't care if I'm the only one in here. I'll talk to myself. Hey, what's going on, Bleeding Purple? Welcome in. Damn, Jimmy, we thinking the same.
Yeah, it's so with plane,
let's go. Tickets, that's what we talking about.
With flights being absolutely bonkers, it's expensive. We're driving, so maybe I will, if we stop somewhere, maybe I'll be able to hop on for a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna be driving.
Hey, pop in, dude. You can pop in. Anybody can pop in. I don't care. I mean, if anybody's in here and they actually want to pop on, if Casey doesn't make it, I'll be just chilling. If anyone's just like, hey, let me tap in for a bit, Let's do it. Let's do it. Grab a couple beers. We'll make it happen. Talk about this ass whooping we're about to put on this Titans team in Nashville. That's all I'm saying.
I hope so.
I do think, of course, on paper, just like the Jaguars, specifically, just like the Colts, I thought I was more worried about the Colts than I was the Titans, probably. I would probably, we should, this is funny, Hellman's spread defense. That's going to be our defense, man. I'll tap in. Hey, let's go. Oh, yeah. Anybody in here, we'll definitely do it. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good show. But anyways, yeah.
It always is, but,
It always is. But it's going to be extra better, Nah, I'm just kidding. It'll be tough with OKC. And actually, that means we won't be able to do our bet this week. Anyways. So if anyone else, someone's going to have to do a draft with me.
When do you start your diet thing where you can't partake in the bet you came up with chugging a beer? Monday. Okay, so Thursday. You wouldn't. Yeah.
I'll be drinking.
Odd how that works, huh? You make me do it today. All of a sudden, you're like next week. Oh, I can't drink starting Monday.
Hey, I've chugged beers. I've chugged beers for fun on the show, like every Thursday, pretty much.
Good point. It's a good point. But
tap in, Gary. Yeah, dude, we gotta get in. Skol. I know Joey wants to tap in. It's been a minute, Joey. I know Joey wants to tap in. We'll just have like an 8 people on here at one time. Let's go. 30-0. Let's go.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess on their offense, is there anything I know Calvin Ridley had a 2-touchdown game. Calvin Ridley, I think, is kind of underrated. I mean, obviously, had those really good years in Atlanta, had the suspension year, didn't do much in Jacksonville last year. And now that Tennessee offense isn't doing much. Is there anything outside of like Calvin Ridley that scares you about that the Jacksonville offense?
Mark.
Or Tennessee offense?
The Tennessee's? No, not really. Honestly, Calvin Ridley, he's a good player. Fortunately for the Titans office, they decided to actually throw him the ball, which I thought that was just going to be a Mason Rudolph thing. But Levis, for the first time this year, actually fed the shit out of Calvin Ridley, which is good for my fantasy team. But that's kind of the one guy that we have to worry about. They don't have DeAndre Hopkins anymore. I don't even know who they have. Who else is their wide receivers right now?
Well, they have Treylon Burks still. He hasn't done much at all. Then they do have the running back. Yeah, they have
and they got Pollard too.
Tajay Spears and Pollard, obviously.
Pollard, yeah.
Do they have another guy? Do they have Yeah, they have another running back too, don't they?
I don't know, but I ain't worried about them. That's all I know. We played way better running backs. We played way better running backs than what they have.
So yeah, I'm not worried about Levis. Ridley, Westbrook-Akine, Tyler Boyd are their 3 receivers, which Tyler Boyd is old.
Yeah, he's dust now. Now it's similar to this last game. Like, our defense shouldn't let them do anything. If they do, it's bad. It really comes down to our offense again. We get a redo. Sam Darnold gets a redo to some extent. Their defense isn't as bad as Tennessee's, but outside of their defensive interior in their defensive line there, I'm not really worried that much of their defense either. Actually, let me just see what some of their grades are real quick.
I mean, they have Darius Sneed. They have him listed as out. I don't know.
I forgot about that. They have him listed as out already.
I mean, it might have just been last week, but he has no interceptions so far this year. Just not really.
If we would have somehow got Simmons, and then we'd be sitting really pretty against.
I mean, yeah, with one of the weaknesses we talked about being that interior of the offensive line. I mean, Simmons, Sebastian Joseph Day, and Tavondre Sweat is going to be an absolute chore for the interior of our offensive line. So, and that they're going to try to get them as much as they can on Bradbury and Ingram. So
right, their secondary it's like middle of the pack. It looks like nothing crazy. Their pass rush it's like middle, not even. It's actually they have the 5th worst, according to PFF. They have the 5th worst pass rush. So that's good to know. But Jeffrey Simmons with our interior, that's been our Achilles heel this entire year, has been opposing interior defensive line against our interior offensive line. So we're going to probably struggle with that again. On offense, their passing is literally the worst in the NFL, according to PFF. Their pass blocking is 6th worst. I don't know. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about their offense.
We'll be able to get after him. It's mainly just, can we limit the effect of the three-headed monster on the interior is when it comes to our offense, and can Sam Darnold shake the last couple weeks and just get back to what he was doing early on? And that's just being a like, honestly, like what we want Sam Darnold to be is,
according to PFF, right. They're passing. They have the lowest passing grade according to PFF.
But I feel like what we want
by is quite a bit, actually.
What's that? Sorry. Like we kind of want Sam Darnold to be what Goff is when things are working on that Lions offense, where he's just like, the thing Goff does so well is he just distributes the football and gets it to the open guy. Sure, his offensive line's elite, right? That's a big thing. Yeah. The running game is fantastic because of that offensive line. But that's what he does when he's on, is he just distributes the football to the guys that are open, takes a couple shots down the field. Like, that's what we need Sam Darnold to do. And that's what he was doing so well to start the season. He's just got to get back to that. And it's going to be tough, sure, against this Tennessee defense and those guys up front limiting them. But if you can do it, this road trip here, and then going into Chicago, which it looks like Chicago is in complete disarray right now.
Caleb Williams talking benching Caleb Williams,
9 sacks, nothing's working. People are frustrated. Like, you have 2 games where you have an opportunity.
Wishes he was JJ McCarthy
back on track before a tough homestand, where your first 2 games back home are going to be Arizona, who's playing some damn good football. I think Kyler Murray was casted out by the NFL fan base way too soon. Kyler Murray's playing some damn good ball. And then Atlanta with Kirk coming here. So it's like, you have a shot to get things back on track these next couple weeks. And you have to take, like, it should have started with Jacksonville this week. Unfortunately, it didn't. But yeah, that's totally true. Like, yeah, when he's like, and I think that's kind of what defenses are planning for. Just play zone. And eventually, if you give him enough time, he's going to try to force it to JJ because he's going to get happy feet and he'll make a mistake. So I think that's how defenses are going to play this offense until we prove differently.
We lose to Kirk. Yeah, I know. We need to have a game on offense where we just ball out. Sam Darnold just bounces back. And that's another big thing about Sam Darnold in general. I think we're kind of all away from the idea of Sam Darnold being MVP caliber like we were earlier in the season. And that at that time, it was like, we knew he was going to have a bad game. It was about how he's going to bounce back in those games. And I'm not really, obviously he's probably out of contention at this point for MVP, but this is a big test for him to come back from. I mean, even in that last game, he threw 2 interceptions, but then he ended the game with 3 touchdowns against the Colts. And then in this game, obviously 0 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. So 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So, I mean, this is a big game for Sam Darnold to try to bounce back and show that he can be more like the player he started this season with. I would say that it is weird. The thing about Sam is, more time he has, the worse he is. I don't get, like, I don't know, man. Is it just he's just not looking everywhere on the field?
No, I think it's honestly just they're letting him dink and duck down the field, and then they just play that same zone when they get into the red zone, and he has so much time that he tries to force it to JJ, because I think he's thinking, like, I'm going to get.
And then there's players every interception he has, there's at least one other person wide open. Like, exactly. I think someone posted a picture where it's like Aaron Jones is wide open right across the first down. That's another thing. And we have been seeing that for like 4 weeks, as far as him passing up open receivers to like force something.
Yeah. And it's just, and he just he needs to play like he does when he scrambles, when he just quits thinking and just reacts. Because that's what he does on those running, like the plays where he like he had 2 plays yesterday where he picked up some first downs. He just reacted and ran for the first down. Like, he needs to get back to that instead of panicking and just trying to, make the big play. And I think Purple for the Win always says that he's trying to make a 10-point play every time. Just play within yourself, distribute the football. He's a talented guy. We've seen it pop up this year.
Well, he was the second overall pick, or third overall pick.
Like, we've seen the reasons why he was this year. It's just we're seeing the reasons why he's on his 4th team too. It's just And he's been so, like you said, he's been so good about limiting the bad and getting, and just like making the good come up to the forefront. He hasn't done that the last couple games. I mean, especially this last game, but it's there. And that's why I think O'Connell is going to continue to be aggressive with him, because he has that ability and potential. It just doesn't always show it. And this is the best time to do it. These next 2 games, the Vikings need to get home against the Cardinals 9-2. There's no, if they lose either of these next 2 games, it's a disappointment.
You should win them. I mean, obviously, again, like everyone wants to say, is division game. You never know, but we should win them. On paper, we should win.
Yes, Monday Night Football against. So it's Titans, Bears, Cardinals, Falcons, Bears. That second Bears game is Monday Night Football, and that's where we're wearing the Winter Warrior ones.
I can't wait for that. Those are going to be nasty.
I got the helmet back here. I'm pumped. I wish I got my
that
jersey,
helmet
but never.
that Casey's actually giving away tonight.
No. I spent way too much money on that thing to give it away. I'm sorry. I love you all, but not enough to give you my helmet.
Well, that's what. Hey, Norris, that's what. Who was it? Someone said call them 96
Fred
answers.
96 answers. Yeah.
96 answers. Which that one's fire. 96 answers. That one's fire. That one's super fire. And then, but so we got Soul Patch Sniper, 96 answers. Which I love that.
JPR, which I don't
JPR,
hate. I like. I'm a fan of just the initials. It's nice.
Chill, easy.
Yeah,
we're definitely making a community tab on this.
Decent.
We got at least one more. I need at least 4. You could wear that helmet in the car.
They
probably needs it.
They put a little plastic thing in there. It's only for display. Otherwise, I'd have worn it multiple times by now.
I'll give you
for the helmet. Actually, it didn't cost me $350, so you can go ahead and do that. I'm kidding.
Anyways, let's get on with this. $350 as in 350 cents. Oh, you already took it, Casey. You already took it.
That, by the way, is one of my favorite South Park bits of all time. Every time I think about that, and I just look it up on YouTube because I have to, because it is phenomenal.
Anyways, let's do this giveaway. Giving away the Ivan Pace Jr. rookie card. Get the hashtag Skol in the comments, like the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Again, I believe I'll have some JJ McCarthy rookie cards here for our Thursday show. It better be here. I ordered a ton of them, so we're going to have those for a while. But get those hashtags. So y'all definitely got to be here Thursday, 6 p.m. I'm not sure if Casey's going to make it for sure or not, but I will be here. So, yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. And we even got a little extra early look on this one, just in case Casey isn't here. We need Casey needs to tap in, or you're driving that day, aren't you? I was gonna say you need to tap in like
we won't get there till Friday. But I'll be sure to take some pictures from the game, post them on the Twitter.
Let's go. All right, let me bring this over here. Let's get this up and going here. Boom. Boom. All that good stuff. Again, everybody, giving away the Ivan Pace Jr. rookie card. Get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe. Giving this away let's just start doing it now. And then, obviously, anybody that's been here before, we do the duck race. We pick 5 names. I'll make it into that round of the duck race. And then whoever wins that wins everything, including Casey's helmet.
You ain't getting the helmet. I'm sorry. It's not happening.
All right. Here, let me, we'll go with this guy here. All right. 3, 2, 1. And the first name is boom, 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 boom. Come on. Mark's on a heater right now, dude. He is on a heater. What's that? That's like 3 in a row at least.
It is. Yeah, I think it is. Did he win one of those too?
He won the Ivan Pace Jr. autograph. So he's just going to get, if he wins again. Gary, if I win, I want to donate to someone who does not have one. Sounds good, bro? Lucky number 7. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's keep it going here. Oh, wait, I got to move up. I'm just going to make it do all that. Boom. Who we got next? That's 1. Come on. Boom. Boom. Gary, wow.
Imagine that. He called the shot.
That's crazy. Gary, do you want to wait till you win, or do you want to throw someone else's name in here? We'll keep it going, though. Boom. Jamie, you and Casey are worse than these refs. That's crazy. How could be worse than that? I would never. The Blackout Bundy, are you still in here? Oh, wait, you're literally right here.
Literally,
Hey, how are we now?
After that comment, I don't even know.
How are we now? How are we now, dude? Know what? Maybe I didn't see anything. I don't know if I saw that.
I'm a little offended.
Talk shit and win. Nobody take notes. Talking shit does not help you. Except for that one time right now. All right. Anyways, let's keep on going. My idea worked. All right. We got 3 names in here. Let's keep it rolling. Boom. Who we got next? DQ'd. Disqualified. All right. 3, 2, 1. Bob Sweet. Bob Sweet. Are you still in here? It's been a minute, I think. Let us know, Bob. We'll keep on rolling. Oh, actually, you were in here not that long ago. Let us know. Let us know. I think we got one more either way. Yeah. All right. One more. I'm like the Vikes. I'm making history. That's crazy. That's crazy. Young Smokey. Smokey still in here. We called the shot. Smokey is in here too. Let's go, Bob Swede.
All right, there we go. Is that everybody?
Yeah. Boom. Let's go. All right. Let me switch over to the old duck race. All right. 45 seconds. How are we feeling here? What are we doing with this?
7 shuffles for 7. Or do we do 12 shuffles for 12 points?
For 12 points?
Nah, 7 shuffles for 7 dubs.
7 shuffles for 7 dubs or 8 shuffles for the 8th dub?
Nah, coming. Just 7. We picked up the 7th W yesterday. True. We'll go 7 shuffles.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
One more.
Kind of lame. For 8. Who's unicorn duck down here? Smokey, you're unicorn duck.
Is that a unicorn? Is that what that's supposed to be? It is,
I think so. Yeah, unicorn duck. We Gary's pink duck. We got astronaut duck and bear duck.
Okay.
All right. Cool. This is what we're going with. This is the first time I think I've seen unicorn duck. All right, let's get it. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I'm a fancy unicorn. Starting off with Gary in the early lead with Smokey kind of behind there, Bob Swede. We got Mark Phil in the end here. I'm a mythological beast. That you are, Smokey.
Oh, Mark Phil's the most plain duck.
Mark Phil's he's
coming back
he's
and winning.
Playing. Gary's coming back though. Oh, everybody's coming back except for Gary. That's not a good sign for Gary, I don't think. Smokey's wanting to bounce back. Mark Phil's wanting to bounce back. Bob Swede wants to
Mark might
make me pink duck. I'm going to kick your ass. Oh. Gary, I thought you wanted the pink duck.
Okay, here comes Smokey.
Smokey's getting it. It is Smokey. And the unicorn duck wins. Also, I owe Smokey a hat too.
So Smokey, a card and a hat. You can get them both over to him. That's just perfect. Perfect timing.
Let's go. Never seen an African American duck. Yeah, I don't even know. Is there any on there? I've never seen a white duck either. All the ducks are yellow. What a comeback. How do I contact you? Here, I'm going to put I don't know if you follow us on any
thing at all,
social medias or whatever, but you can hit us up right here on our email, ggsportscentral@gmail.com. I got a lot of stuff to give out because my plan was I had to get a bunch of stuff out today, but then it was Veterans Day again. Appreciate everybody who's served there, but I could not send some stuff out, so I'll be sending out a lot tomorrow. So yeah, definitely hit me up on there, Smokey.
All right.
Ooh, Gary wants to give a hat away.
Do we have more still? We got to have more hats, right?
Oh, yeah, we do. How do you want to give it away, Gary?
I mean, I would assume probably a duck race if I was going to.
Do you want to do another duck race? Here, I'm going to start this. All right. So we are giving away a hat. So everybody in here, stay in.
If you haven't left yet, which it doesn't look like anyone's left since we did the duck race, so we're still good here. Jamie's going to grab that hat. Yeah, Gary, we'll go ahead and do that here. Yeah, Darren, absolutely, man. This will be my. I think this is my second away game. I went to Lambeau once, but I think this will be the second time I've seen a Vikings game played outside of Minnesota. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it should be a good time. Plus, I love Nashville. I've been there 2 times. It's my 3rd time going back, and I would go back every year if I could. It's a fun place to be, so I can't wait.
Here, let me get this all set up.
Are we like restarting it completely for everybody that's in here?
Yeah, I'm restarting this completely. So obviously you got to be here to win, but you should be here. Again, everybody, get those hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe if you have not already. We're giving away we probably should. I'll like this real quick. Whoa, what did I just do? I did something crazy. We're giving away the GG Sports Podcast hat. One of the best hats you'll ever own. Promise you that. Anyways, get the hashtag Skols in the comments, like the video, and subscribe for your chance to win this hat. Bought by our guy, Gary. We got 9 entries in here. Get those hashtag Skols in here.
Go ahead and do that. Yep, that'll work.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Hey, we appreciate you, Gary. Big time for multiple things. Get those hashtag Skols. Don Kedick in the building. Let's go. Get those hashtag Skols in there. Dude, I'm telling you, these hats are nice. These hats are nice, bro. I'm telling you.
If you don't win one, you can always buy one. $30 a pop. Let us know for sure.
Yep, let us know. Let us know. And then Smokey, my guy Smokey's got a hat coming your way already because he's always hooking it up. Lauren's going for hat number 2. Hey! I'll throw in for an extra hat to give away to someone as well. Dang, we got 2 hats.
Wow. Hey, man, we appreciate that.
Appreciate you big time. Really. All right, so for this one, dang, bro, we appreciate you. So we got 2 hats. So that means what we're going to do is I'm going to pick 10 names, and then the first 2 to wins both hats.
I like that.
That's how we're going to do that. Let's go. We appreciate you big time. Let's do it. Here, let me go and grab another hat here.
That's huge. Need a hat to match the shirt. Exactly. The best shirt and hat you'll ever wear. If only Jamie had the shirt. The shirts are great. If only Jamie had gotten the right size logo, they'd have been that much better, but it's not that bad. Oh,
hey, we did good on that. We did good on the hats. We did good on hats. You know, his open. You're gonna everybody look under their chair right now.
You may have a hat there or not. I don't know.
I gotcha. Whoever looked, haha. All right. Anyways, let's get this going here. 10 names. Oh wait, no, I have to get the duck race thing back up. We're going 10 names here, so a lot of people, but gotta be here. You gotta be here. So we're gonna have a huge. This is gonna be the biggest duck race this channel has ever seen. 10 name.
I don't know if we can make that one work.
GG Sports Boxers.
You never know. Once it gets,
hey, I'm sure we can make that happen.
We could probably. Where would the logo be?
Where do you think it would? I don't even know. One side or the other. Or the front. All right, I don't know. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. 10 names. Gotta be here to make it to the duck race.
You have a pretty good out of 17. 10 names out of 17. You got a pretty good shot to make.
Hey, you got a good shot here. Oh, Lauren off the board already. All right. Keeping it rolling.
GG Sports handcuffs.
Yeah, dude. We do got some of those coming soon. Hey, dang, maybe you just got it right when he messaged, dude. My boy, Skol Shred, aka Joey. Let's go. Keeping it going. That's 2 names out of 10. Keeping it going, keeping it going. Name number 3 is boom, Bob. Sweet. Bob, are you still in here? Yeah, I think Bob's in here. Bob's in here. I see him. Just keep letting us know that you're in here, just so we know. But keeping it going here. That's 3 names. What we got? Boom. Bleeding Purple. Bleeding Purple, are you still in here? Let us know. I'm going to keep going. Bleeding Purple, let us know. All right. Hey, you're here. Let's go. Keeping it going. So we're at 4 names right now. And we've got, boom, FT Maddie.
He's been in
Maddie, you're here.
Too. He's pretty lucky.
I'm going to keep going. FT Maddie, let us know. Hey, there he is. All right. Who we got next? Boom, boom, boom. Don Kedick. Don Kedick, huh? Don Kedick, you here? Don Kedick knows the rules. He knows he's got to be here. That'd be crazy. All right, let's keep on going. We're at 6 names. So 4 more. Barber.
Let us know. Let us know early. He's here. He let us know twice. The Barber is in fact.
Let's go.
Ready to roll.
3 more. 3 more. Let's do it. What we got? Boom. Boom. Roger. Roger's always here.
Yeah, he said here before we even started drawing names. Where was that? There it was.
All right, 2 more names. Let's go. Boom. Gary.
Gary's
the buyer. Gary, you can, it's up to you. You can, if you win, you can choose somebody or however you want to do that. And final name is boom, boom, boom. Cody. Cody, are you here? All right. Who haven't we heard? Cody. That's it. That's the only one. Hey, I'll gift after. Sounds good. Hey, Dylan, what's up?
All right. So that's 10.
Wait, we have to wait for Cody.
Oh. How long do we give it?
When did he post in here? Don Kedick. That's a buddy of mine, actually. So I know exactly. I've seen that name all the time. Hey, let's go. We got some gifters. We need Cody Blackwood, the last one. Wasting my time.
Might need to re-roll.
That's a buddy of mine, so. All right, Cody. I'll give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. That's actually his brother. But hey, if he says it, sorry, Cody. Dang, it's over. Who is the next one on here? Boom. Young Smokey.
The last two names are the two guys to put in money for the hats. Watch them both win it.
All
Then
right.
then they get to play favorites and give it away. We'll see.
Smokey, it's up to you. You can either win one of your own hat or you can give it away afterwards or however you want to do that. Or we can re-roll again. We can always re-roll again. Hello, I'm here. What are we doing?
See what happens.
We'll just put them in it. Okay.
See what happens.
All right. So
I'll be unicorn.
I'll be unicorn again. We got 10 names, 45 seconds. Actually, let me switch it. Top 2 wins a hat. Set. 10 names. How many shuffles on this one?
3. I like the
1,
number 3.
2. Ooh, that's kind of lame. There's a purple dog.
One more. That's better.
Are we rolling with it?
Sure, yeah, I like it. Let's roll. Why not?
All right. Top 2 wins. 3, 2, 1. Boom. What we got in the beginning? Lauren's taking the early lead. Gary's just passing. Neck and neck. We got Roger in the back. Don Keating in the back. Barbara in the back. Remember, first 2. If I'm pink again, I'm going to kick you in that puss, Jamie. Damn, Gary. Bleeding purple's pink. Or purple-ish. This is better than gambling in Vegas. Let's go. Best part about it's free for some. I'm getting people 10 seconds. This is when things get crazy. Everybody's bouncing off the back. Everybody's bouncing out the back.
Oh, that's unfortunate for some.
That's bleeding purple.
Oh, my.
Bleeding purple.
Charge.
And full shred number 2. Let's go, my guy, Joey. And bleeding purple. Let's go. That's the quacking. All right. Obviously, Skol Shred, you know how to obviously get a hold of me. Are you there, bleeding purple? Young Smokey, right there. I know freaking Don Keating was right there too.
We're good. We got him. All right. Yeah. So I guess as we said earlier, you guys know where to find us. Gmail or the email.
I got the bleeding purple. Hit us up, Joey. You can hit us up on email. Hit us up on Instagram. Whatever you want for that, I guess.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we've been on for about an hour and a half, I believe. Rap, Realistic Randy, and SK are on Purple Parlor, so make sure to go check those guys
definitely.
out. We went a little bit longer than we normally would have here. But yeah, make sure to go give those guys a view. As mentioned, I may or may not be able to hop on a little bit on Thursday, but otherwise Jamie will be running the show by himself. Looking forward to the Titans and Vikings in Nashville at Nissan Stadium, so make sure you guys hop in for that. We will also be on Bleacher Report on Wednesday, I'm pretty sure, correct?
Yes, Bleacher Report Wednesday, show Thursday, Bleacher Report again Sunday. No, actually, no Bleacher Report.
No Bleacher Report Sunday. We're both off.
No Bleacher. Great show. I'll see you Thursday, Jamie. Hey, appreciate you. Hey, Gary, Joey just won. He won one of these hats already.
Yeah, he was. So you did, in a roundabout way, you did buy a hat for Shred. So we're all.
Yeah, you did.
Go. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Smokey, thank you so much for dropping the money for that hat, so you can give that away.
We got the Velcro thing, so it should fit everybody's head. Absolutely. Hopefully.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for hopping in. Jamie, we'll see you guys on Thursday. Maybe I'll hop in, but have a great rest of your weeks, and hope the Vikes can pick up a win on Sunday.
Go Vikes.